What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online. I hope everyone's having a really good weekend so far. I guess it's the end of the weekend, but y'all know what I mean. Today we're just going to continue leveling a little bit through Grotwood, continuing where we left off with the previous part, trying to figure out why the Khajiit embassy has been delayed, or like what's going on to hold that. So we are going to do the related quest there, and then I'm probably going to pop into a battleground queue. Uh, Maybe like once or twice, just depends on how much time I have. But we'll at least try to squeeze one in. I checked out Cyrodiil, and it's just a no go right now. It's looking pretty rough for the Dominion, and there's one day left in the campaign, so I'm almost level 50. Once I hit 50, I'll be able to delve into the max level campaign, and there's a lot more players that actually like use those. So we'll be able to actually showcase some pretty fun PvP here and there. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and thanks for joining me, guys.
Do what you promised.
That's far enough. The storeroom is up. She did. That's far enough. She did. Then I can't let you inside. Her instructions were very specific. No one gets in without her written permission. I'm to remain at my post until relieved. Except in an emergency, of course. The Khajiits could riot. That would be bad. Very bad. Or a fire, of course. But the chances of that happening are slim. What? Did you hear that? I could have sworn it was my captain calling me away.
Where is the guard? And what are you doing here? I'd expected you would solve problems at the embassy, not cause them. Do you realize what's happening out here? Oh, never mind. Explain what you were doing in that storeroom. Why would she do that? Oh, never mind. Well, what did you find? Typical bureaucratic corruption. I expected better of the ambassador. No matter. Supplies can be replaced. What about the Khajiit embassy? Did she say why construction hasn't begun? What do you mean, collect stone? That should have happened months ago. They should be ready to build it. I'll talk to the ambassador myself. Put the fear of the Dominion into her. I'm surprised we didn't pass each other on the road. Get to those ruins and find that work crew. I want to know why they haven't done their jobs. I won't have Queen Irene's word impugned by someone else's incompetence.
You do not know what a blessing water is until you have gone long without it.
You there. We need to talk. Saw you standing over the body of a dead wood elf. Nearly put an arrow in your throat. Good thing I recognize you. Azerith, behind Dusk Ranger. We work directly for King Camoran Eredon. Saw you earlier in the throne room. The king had his suspicions about the missing work crew and asked me to look into it. Seems we both have a stake in this. I know enough. Khajiit owed an embassy. They're angry the High Elves are dragging their feet to build it. Seemed like politics until a dozen stonemasons vanished without a trace. The king sent me to find out why. Before the Dominion, King Camoran Eredon nearly lost a civil war. I came to see if the missing stonemasons were targeted by the Blacksap Rebellion. But Blacksap would have displayed the bodies, not left them as food for Horvor. The king suspects Ambassador Tarinwe has been up to no good. Little things, some of her associations. But he can't accuse his allies of undermining the whole alliance, so he sent me to deal with it. Ambassador Tarinwe used criminals to smuggle supplies. Never directly, but enough for us to notice. I'm not saying she had these stonemasons killed, but I'd like to ask her myself. Problem is, there's nothing we can do while she's in the Altmer embassy. If she left the embassy, she knows someone's onto her. She'll go to ground, try to flee, have someone smuggle her out of Grotwood. We should probably stop her. Meet me by the Middens, at the base of the Elden Tree. I'll be there shortly.
Let us move.
Orcs are all about honor and all that, yeah? I wonder if he really tricked you.
I think I ran past him on accident, so I'll probably have to go back out.
They call this place the Middens because it's where all the refuse ends up. We clear them out now and again, but they always come back. Necessary evil, I'm told. Spoke with someone I trust. She's definitely here. We should get moving. We're not far behind her. Capture her, bring her in for questioning. Find proof she's behind this so Prince Naiman doesn't explode with outrage. Never thought I'd hunt a high elf ambassador. Smugglers, skooma addicts, and more than a few criminals. They keep to themselves, but sometimes they band together to repel outsiders. Kind of like a filthier version of the Dominion. Our goal is to find Ambassador Tarinwe before she buys passage out of Grotwood. Staying in the shadows, avoiding unnecessary conflict, that's what I'd do. But there's a lot of ground to search. I'll follow your lead.
Okay, so we're gonna pause for a battleground. Hopefully it doesn't port me out of the little area whenever I phase back in. But anyway, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get a good team comp like we did last time. I think we got Chaos Bowl last time too, so sweet. We definitely have some time to kill while we wait. I don't know, like, when they're gonna redesign some of the stuff with the PvP, especially Battlegrounds, but Lord, does it need some fixing and some love. I did want to mention also, I've been noticing sometimes my mic will like phase in and out. I don't know if it's because I'm like mumbling or what, but I'm using a shitty little headset, so I need to invest in basically just getting like a gaming one that's better for recording. Hopefully that can kind of fix the issue, and then me speaking up a bit kind of helps as well. But aside from that, I did want to say that I think I'm gonna start a Skyrim or an Oblivion playthrough soon, just from scratch. Because this character for Elder Scrolls Online, I kind of just was like not really halfway through leveling her, but into it, you know, far enough to where people who joined in are probably like, "What the hell's going on?" But regardless, I'm probably gonna start recording those games and getting some of those videos rolling out too. I'll still play Elder Scrolls Online, obviously, but I kind of want to add a little bit of variety. And then also, I haven't played Oblivion or Skyrim in a little bit, so it's always fun to revisit those games. Also, if you've watched the earlier videos that I've posted, I've talked about making this character more of like a healer. Well, I've kind of switched to more DPS right now in survivability, at least until I get to 50, and then I'll probably end up gearing both like sets. That way I can be heals and DPS, just whatever's needed.
Get the ball! We need that ball! Trinamax glory! They dropped the ball! We dropped the ball! They They dropped the ball! We're Trinamax! We picked up the ball!
The ball's in hand! Bows at the ready!
Trinamax glory! They dropped the ball! We must get the ball back! We dropped the ball! They dropped the ball! We're Trinamax! We picked up the ball!
They took the ball.
That was definitely a rough one, but you know, you win some and you lose some. I think we had some good plays, but we definitely got our asses handed to us.
Please, let me go!
Itradin, Tamit.
Words are wise, Lakuna. Now, come. Sit by me and enjoy the words are wise, Lakuna. Now, come. Sit by me and enjoy what we have to
Ah, tempt.
Prince Naaman sent someone to the embassy. We have to leave before we're discovered.
For the heretics!
On your feet. You're coming with me.
Why? Where are you taking me?
To King Camor and Eridon, where you'll answer for crimes against the Dominion.
You'll have me killed and served for dinner.
Only if you're proven guilty. And if you are, none of us could stomach you. Now get moving! Good working with you. I'll take her from here. You should inform the king of the good news.
I wasn't always a beggar.
Over here. I just need a moment of your time.
You've returned. What have you learned of the Khajiit embassy? Oh, good. Nothing I enjoy more than talk of conspiracy. Did the ambassador have a manifesto? They usually have manifestos. No matter. I trust you resolved it. Splendid. I'll allow you the honor of informing Prince Naaman. Why not tell him the duly selected High Elf ambassador was working against the very Dominion she pledged to support? I'll sit in my throne and try not to gloat.
I heard what you said to the king. Ambassador Tarinwe, a traitor, my wife's killer, a loyal servant, and I, Queen Iren's representative in Eldenroot, required to thank you for your efforts. Very well. I'll provide no reason to question my duty to the Dominion. We'll interrogate Ambassador Tarinwe until we know the extent of her treason. Then she'll die, as all traitors must. But no matter. Your efficiency in resolving this matter was commendable, and the Dominion rewards its servants. Ambassador Tarinwe's betrayal could not have been more absolute. She knew the details of the ratification ceremony, which puts Queen Iren at risk. It's my sister's own fault. She thought to appease the Sylvanar and the Main by agreeing to this foolish process. The ratification ceremony ends with the orrery, an ancient device beneath Eldenroot. It will divine Queen Iren's capacity to become Empress, or some such. But Ambassador Tarinwe assisted in the preparations. I must assume she tried to sabotage the proceedings. Doing so would make Queen Iren look weak. No, we must proceed. You've proven your competence, so I'll ask you to speak with Melaras. He's an expert on the orrery and knows what must be done. Quite pleasant once you grow accustomed to the smell. The preparations for this ratification ceremony seem endless, but I'm up to the task. She asked how she could prove herself their rightful leader. The Sylvanar suggested the orrery nonsense, and the Main agreed. Of course, neither will be present to see it, yet my sister is held to her pledge. How unexpected. Khajiiti political excuses are impossible to discern. I know the Main will not be present, and that's all I care to know. As for the Sylvanar, he died on Kenathi's roost. Thought he could negotiate with the filthy sea elves. King Camoran Eredon. It's beneath his city, so there's no turning him away. And myself, of course.
Please don't mind Prince Naaman. Ambassador Turinway's betrayal is a shock to us all. But no matter, enough to be of service. The orrery hasn't functioned as intended for ages. We planned to use some rather delicate magic to trick it into operation. But if Prince Naaman believes there was sabotage, we must look to an alternative method. Why, we'll look to the past! According to legend, the orrery required a skilled operator, an alien source of power, and a divine spark before it would function. Without all three, it won't do anything but spin. Quite pretty, but not very useful. Conservator Daraneth maintains the orrery and has studied the Ayleid monitoring rituals. Unfortunately, she was called away to South Point for a personal matter. If you can locate her and convince her to return, we'll have our operator. I've researched this a bit. Really, you need to be in 3 places at once. Simple, right? But the Fallen Esti winter site is rumored to hold a relic of the Khajiiti thief god. For our purposes, Radchin's mantle will serve as the divine spark, if it's truly there, of course. The heart of a numeral originally brought life to the orrery, according to the texts. It long ago went missing, but a member of the local mages guild named Laranalda theorizes it's in a local Ayleid ruin. She's currently at the Reliquary of Stars, seeking the heart of a numeral. Wonderful! Have anything you find sent directly to the orrery. Once everything is in place, we can begin the ratification ceremony. And do refrain from referring to Conservator Daraneth as a missing element.
Alrighty, y'all. So we finished up that quest here, and we got our new breadcrumb quest that takes place over, I think it's 3 parts. Yeah. And once we get all of those, we will complete the current quest we're on. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end this part, just so that the video doesn't go on for too long. In the next part, we'll probably queue up for another battleground. I'll always keep an eye out for Cyrodiil in case there's something fun going on there. But I think the tradition is going to start being at least 1 battleground per video. And I might even cut them out and just make them their own segment with no commentary. I haven't really decided yet. I'm just kind of experimenting right now. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope everybody has a great rest of their Sunday. And I will see you guys in the next one.